My producer jumps on the intercom into my ear and says, "Have you heard of the gorilla?" And I'm like, "What did he just say?"
The Gorilla Channel.
Dave Cawley, my producer, is going to explain, why would you ask me if I've ever heard of the Gorilla Channel?
Okay, so we've been talking the last couple of days about this new book that's coming out, Fire and Fury, all this stuff about the Trump White House, right?
Yes, JMac has assigned me to read it.
Yes.
I bought my copy. We're all good.
So people have been posting excerpts on social media, and it's been all the rage. Oh my gosh, can you believe he said this, he said that? Well, there was one of these excerpts that popped up on Twitter today, and I'll read it to you because it is just astounding. It says, on his first night in the White House, President Trump complained that the TV in his bedroom was broken because it didn't have, quote, the Gorilla Channel. Trump seemed to be under the impression that a TV channel existed that screened nothing but gorilla-based content 24 hours a day. To appease Trump, White House staff compiled a number of gorilla documentaries into a makeshift gorilla channel broadcast into Trump's bedroom from a hastily constructed transmission tower on the South Lawn. However, Trump was unhappy with the channel they had created, moaning that it was boring because, quote, the gorillas aren't fighting. Staff,
Really?
Yeah, staff edited out all the parts of the documentaries where the gorillas weren't hitting each other, and at last the president was satisfied. Quote, on some days he'll watch the Gorilla Channel for 17 hours straight, an insider told me. He kneels in front of the TV with his face about 4 inches from the screen and says encouraging things to the gorillas like, the way you hit that other gorilla was good. I think he thinks the gorillas can hear him. Okay.
This is the president of the United States.
So people are reading this tweet going, my gosh, can you believe this thing? Well, here's the problem. The guy who posted it made it up. It's a parody. His account is full of parodies.
Wait a minute, this isn't from the Michael Wolff
This
book.
is not from the book, but people have been sharing it as if it is.
And I imagine there's a lot of reaction.
It's gone insane. Now, the guy who posted this, his name is Ben Ward. He actually has changed his name on Twitter now to the Gorilla Channel thing is a joke.
That's his name.
That's his name on Twitter. But, I mean, it's kind of a reflection on all of us, right? We've been sharing these excerpts from this book going, my gosh, can you believe this? Can you believe this? Can you believe this?
For days.
And people are getting burned left and right by it. Now, there's some fun to be had here. Netflix actually posted on their account in the U.S. here that people stop calling our customer service account and asking them for the Gorilla Channel. Other people have been trying to make an actual Gorilla Channel, splicing together, just as this expert talked about, footage of gorillas bashing on each other and sharing that on social media.
But there are still people who are seeing this on Twitter and on Facebook, and they're believing that Michael Wolff wrote this into the book and that it's supposedly a real story about Donald Trump.
And we are at such a bizarre place in our country that you have big national publications on your computer right now. The Hill, right? I mean,
yeah, this is what
the Washington Post posting stories saying, people, the Gorilla Channel thing is not true. Like, we need to be convinced that that excerpt that I just read,
not in the book. Michael Wolff didn't do it.
Not from the book. It's just bizarre.
Okay, so at this point, there is no Gorilla Channel. Is that correct?
Well, there's no Gorilla Channel in the book. People are making the Gorilla Channel a thing. Netflix, I don't know, Patton Oswalt, the comedian, said he doesn't know if President Trump will be in office at the end of 2018, but he's convinced we will have a Gorilla Channel.
I'll bet you it's going to be posted all over Facebook by the time you wake up tomorrow morning. And by the way, I keep mentioning this. You've seen the interviews with Michael Wolff, the author of this Fire and Fury book. Does he look like a dead ringer for Dr. Evil from Austin Powers? Like separated at birth completely.
You know how he's going to make $1 million off this book, Jeff.
$1 million. Thanks a lot, Dave Cawley, our producer.